Hello, fellow YouTubers. Today's video, I am going to be talking about the NSA and the whole spying on everybody thing that everybody's freaking out about. Cameras and smart electronics in your home watching you all the time. Um, I will do other videos that are not mostly political or government based, but since, I like to research that kind of stuff, this is just, I don't know, this is one scenario as how I see it. First off, if you were to think that, any government anywhere isn't watching their people, well, then you're just way too naive. Okay, because that'd be like a boss of a company not watching his employees to make sure they're all in check, see what they're doing, what's going on, what they're talking about. I mean, the whole Edward Snowden thing, like, I figured that already was going on. Before he came out and released and was like, oh, it's so much deeper, and, everybody's, they're spying through your webcams and listening in through your cell phones and all this shit. Like, I suspected this was already going on. Like, when I was a kid, I suspected that we were all kind of going to be watched anyways, you know? I mean, it kind of sucks that they wouldn't use that kind of power to, like, detect it before somebody goes and shoots up a place, or before somebody goes and, like, stabs their friend or wife or classmate or whatever. Like, I think it could be used for better things. But, anyways, I already thought this already went down. So when, like, the big uproar, it just kind of confirmed it for me. Like, yeah, I kind of figured that that's what they would be doing, that they're gonna be watching us, and for what purpose? Studies or whatever. I don't know, to sell us crap. I don't know the purpose behind it. I just know that it's kind of obvious that they would do that, and everybody's trying to fight it now, and they're like, oh, they're gonna try to put like stipulations and laws on it to prevent them from, you know, doing this day to day, or digging deeper, or keeping track of everything. Like, if they've been doing this since freaking, the dawn of, electronics, like, they already have everything on you. Okay? They already have every piece of information they could possibly ever need on you. Your passwords, your bank accounts, where you live, where you were born, what you do. Like, they already have that information right now. So even if they were to stop what they're doing, to just like, oh, we're not going to research anymore into anybody, like, they already have every possible piece of information they could need on, the profile of everyone. So it's not going to freaking make a difference if they stop doing it now. Okay? They already got you. They got you, they got me, they got fucking everybody. So just, get over that. Okay? Now, this is a major thing that everybody's concerned with, even right now as I'm speaking through a webcam. I could be being watched. And you know what? If I'm being watched, well, fucking, I don't give a fuck. I honestly, I don't give a fuck. You want to just sit there and watch me, YouTube videos on how to freaking paint my fingernails? Well, then be my guest. I really don't fucking care. The only people that truly care that they're being watched all the time, like, by their game consoles or their TVs or their freaking microwaves and shit. The only people that usually really care about this stuff is the people that care about not wanting to be seen naked. Okay? They don't want to be seen naked or having sex, or, they just don't want to feel watched. And you know what? Chances are they're not fucking watching you anyways. Okay? This is what I don't get. Because the majority of people that don't give a shit probably won't mind being watched. It'll make them feel better, make them feel like they're popular or special. Somebody's interested in them. Like, they want to feel important or special. So, most of the time the people that just, that don't care are probably, you know, I don't know, definitely the younger crowd. They don't really give a fuck. They got the whole, like, YOLO shit going on, so they don't care if freaking the NSA is watching them take a shower. Fucking, that's, like, probably a turn on for them. Like, ooh, yeah, somebody's watching my hot bod, and, they don't freaking care. The people that care more about this are, like, the older generation, the what do they call it? I think they call it like Generation X, like, people that are in like my parents' age group, people that are in, their 40s, in their 50s, and they're like, oh, I don't want to be watched, and da 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 da, you know, and so, the NSA will argue, well, if you have nothing to hide, it's no big deal, and they'll be like, but it's our right to have privacy, and for you to not believe that this shit wasn't going on a long time ago is completely and totally naive. Okay, you had to have expected it to go on. I don't fucking know. I don't know why you people just don't, or you're in shock of something that you should have expected coming anyways. If you were too dumb not to think about that there could be a possibility that they were watching us before this all came out, well then, maybe you freaking deserve to be watched. Okay, so they can admire your ignorance in not fucking knowing a damn thing or questioning a damn thing except for being a sheep. So, now that it's popular and Edward Snowden's the fucking hero of everything, like everybody's a sheep and everybody's following. They're looking at these anti-government websites and all this shit, and they're like, oh my god, did you see this story about this? And did you see that about FEMA? And da 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 da. And I'll get into FEMA fucking later. Okay, I am very questionable about them. Okay, they do have some major suspicious activity. The same with, the DHS, buying all this ammo and such. Okay, that stuff does I have questions about. But we're strictly on the NSA talking and spying on people and watching them do this or that. And honestly, like, I personally don't have a freaking problem with it. If fucking I'm sitting here like picking my fucking nose and you want to watch that, like, freaking go right ahead. Go right ahead. Fucking wow yourself. I mean, the only thing that I would really be concerned about would be like, if if there's sickos out there in every type of job force or whatever. Okay, the only thing that I could see there would be like, you got some sort of like NSA worker and they're like in love with somebody or they hate somebody and they just decide like, okay, I'm gonna use this power and I'm gonna freaking get back at this person or do something to this person. I don't know. Like, obviously there's room, for shit to go bad in every possible thing. So the point in all this is just because they can watch you and just because they are watching you doesn't mean that they want to watch you. Okay, you probably aren't as interesting as you think you are. You think like, oh man, they're watching me because I'm, looking up all these videos on anti-government stuff and, fighting back. And, chances are the like 3/4 of you people that are, pro Tea Party type, pro your gun activists and, all this stuff, for the people and against the government, like chances are 3/4 of you don't freaking matter to them. Okay? You're in that like stockpile of people that they're like minor threat ignorance section. They're just like, yeah, they look up this crap, but they're not, a threat of any kind. They're too stupid to actually do anything, or they're just sheep. Like, you're in the sheep pile. Like, that's you. Okay, then you got the other, like, 1/4% of those, like, anti-government people, and they're, like, a little bit freaking higher. We gotta watch what they research and stuff because, this one's getting information from a government friend, and this one's getting information from that, and, to be like totally honest, like they probably let shit slip out anyways to the like, anti-government fucking pro people, party or whatever. Like, you know, government, the NSA, everybody that, they're watching, they control every little thing. Like, chances are if there's somebody like, working for the government or the VHS or NSA or something, and they're like telling their friend, oh my god, you gotta hear this new thing like that they're gonna do, or this suspicious activity that's going on, chances are they wouldn't let you talk if they didn't want you to know minor details about it anyways. It's like lubing you up to get fucked, okay? They're letting out tiny pieces of information to get you ready for the big boom of information. And while they're doing this, while they're letting out little pieces of information, it's almost like a test to see what's your reaction going to be if they do ever do a huge change. Okay, they're going to let the tiny bits of information fly out, and they're going to see how people react and what people are doing. If somebody's buying up a bunch of ammunition and guns and stuff, well, then we're going to put them on the watch list, and we're going to figure out a way, if we do have to make some big move, to make sure that they're on the list of taking their fucking shit away first. Okay, that's what I think. I think that they are purposely letting information leak out little by little, because if they are super all powerful and can see and hear everything that's going on, then they would be able to like prevent a lot of information from leaking out. Or even if a small piece of information leaked out, I'm pretty sure that they would like punish whoever, leaked out that information severely, or they'd be dead or something like that. So, I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not really concerned or worried, about the NSA or about like these little pieces of information getting leaked out, because it's all just kind of just seeing where our reaction is going to go, seeing what's going to happen. And if we show signs that we may be aggressive to major change, well then you're gonna probably be fucked, okay? You're gonna be on that list of, well, we gotta make sure these people are fucking like in line, you know? Um, I myself wouldn't be surprised if I'm on some sort of list that the NSA made, just because I research a lot of shit. I research anything from, the government to politicians and world news and secret societies and science and health and aliens, and frickin' the list goes on. I'm a knowledge sponge. Everything I could possibly get my hands on as far as information, I just want to know it. Whether like half this shit's true or not, that's not the purpose. That's not like the important part. It's just knowing, because if anything does happen, at least you know of it. Okay, if you can't actively do something to, work or fight against something, a purpose, at least knowing it is half the battle, at least understanding it, so you know what's going to happen. You can prepare yourself mentally to how you would react to that or what you're going to do. It helps to know, okay? So, since this is the NSA video, I'm going to do another one probably on the DHS and another one on FEMA. And FEMA's going to be more like a question video. It's not really going to be, answers, because I don't freaking know any answers about FEMA. It's going to be me questioning and me pretty much just, saying how I see that. And that's what all my videos are about mostly, is just how I see it. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't fucking care so much. I just like getting it out there. Outside ideas. Maybe somebody else also sees it this way. Okay? Because, there's tons of freaking dumb people out there. And it would be awesome to find somebody who also, just thinks the same way, or also is willing to be open to new ideas. Because everybody's following the sheep right now, and it's getting really fucking annoying, because you're all shouting the same thing. Okay, and it doesn't matter what you're shouting, you're just following the fucking crowd. Okay, so everybody, you need to you need to frickin' think a little bit more. Use your own brain. Figure things out for yourself. If something doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't sound right to you, like, research it. And even if it does, question things. Question the things about questioning things. Like, just, you got all these people and they're questioning the government and saying this and that, and that they're doing this and that. And so, you're listening to these people shouting, the government sucks, but you're not asking yourself, what's in it for these people? Why are they doing this? Where did they get their information from? Is it legitimate? See how they twist information, because I've seen that before too. I've watched videos, on like certain websites, and I'm not going to list any names because, I don't want to be, putting down certain websites, but, certain places that I go for, my, taboo type of newsworthy information, I cross-reference those things. Because, they find their stories from other websites, around the United States and world, and so then they post it, but then they kind of twist it a little bit in the way they word things. And then when you look at the original article, you're like, that could easily be misinterpreted. Or, oh, you only took this part of the paragraph saying, like, the government hates its people, but then you forgot to read the part that is like, the government says we would never then hate our people. Like, that's just an example. It's not a good example, but you get my point. You fucking question shit. Question everything. Okay? Try to find out answers for yourself. What makes sense to you, not just what's fucking popular. Alright, so until next time, this is Shannon, and have a good day, everyone.